And now, trust me, to be honest with you, this is not a time we need prayers. We need to act. Despite the flow, the wrong vibe, the wrong energy of what people seem to understand about religion, we need a very sane atmosphere right at the moment to reshuffle our thoughts about the things we know, because I can say 85% of every goddamn thing we know is all it's all shit, it's all crap. It doesn't make sense, trust me. But you figure out a way to unlearn what you've learned and know what you should know, and then that's when you'll be able to use your third eye. It doesn't mean, or it doesn't seem like something idol or something that has to do with witchcraft or anything. No, it's none of that. But it's a simple, infinite definition of what you've seen with your normal eyes, and which is the two eyes. And the third is for you to understand what you've seen. Now, I've said this a couple of times, but ignorance is the king, as humanity that we are. Now, there's a lot of mess going around the world. There's a lot of mess going around the countries. Now, it's a cool thing that the world is about telling the truth. The world, or the universe, is about revealing its essence and what this life is all about, because there are certain people or individuals that have been trying to manipulate the idea of what a common man should be like or should live like. For instance, let's take it back to this religion. No one is, it's, I can't be a creator of something and hate what I create. One. I can't be a creator of something and set confusion around everyone for what I've created. And let me give you a hint here. The divine says, and I created everything, and it was good. There wasn't any form of bad, evil, atrocity or anything. I created the world and it was good. Now, we all need common sense to really figure out what's good and bad and know what's evil, because evil is bad. We're in the life, the cosmos of the good and bad, which is the third dimension. Now, there's a lot of big things coming for humanity. We are still facing the minute ones, which is just going and scatter. So it's like before something comes, a little steps or a little freckles of actions that's sparking, and that's when you know the big thing is about to come. Now the big thing is about to come, and it's coming against humanity, as in every goddamn shit. We've had a series of long time for us to use to figure out the whole form or the whole causes or the whole thing about history. Even with our present time, we have a lot of time. Let's say since 1950 something. I figured out some people stopped working. Some few generations went no. Now we have a lot of things to have done or have overcome by now, and now history is repeating itself. That's what I wrote there. So history is repeating itself in the form that we all have to correct every goddamn thing, and the only way we can save us from what's happening or what's coming against humanity is that we have to unlearn every goddamn thing we've been taught and learn what we should know, and then face what's coming ahead of us. Now, what's about to happen is like the end of is the end of the good and bad, because we're moving on to the fourth dimension. We have to, and that's where sanity begins. We need that sanity. We won't be going through here why somebody cannot have conversation or have an understanding between each other, not to bring war or fight war or monopolize. Humans were not created to control humans. We'll always put our mistakes, our force, our action against ourselves. It's the same thing. Whatever rule you bring out is going to come back for you, it's going to hit. So you better throw love so love comes back to you. That's the only way. It's common sense. You can't throw fight or spare. Whatever you do comes back to you. The reflection you give out is what you get back. So wherever you are, wherever you are, it's now easy to find out the truth, to know who's bad and who's evil. Evil is bad, totally. It's nowhere in good. So now, whatever thing you come, or whatever thing that comes for you, is what you must have given out. And now we have to give truth a time to reveal what's real and what's false. And it will happen. Now we're about to head to the future. There's a lot of things happening in this new generation. We're entering a future. The future is more realistic. It's a visible voodoo. Do you understand? Now these things were created by the divine, our creator. He said it wasn't bad. Then the thing that becomes bad or evil is what humans use against themselves. What do you do with it? What do you do with the phone? What do you do with whatever thing that comes to you? What do you do with the money? What do you do with love? How do you spend all this? How do you relate all this with your fellow individual? It's all that matters. If you throw love, it comes back to you. If you throw guns, it comes back to you. If you throw war, it comes back to you, one way or the other. Now, Nemesis is not happening a long time, or the universe. Now, this period, whatever happened is coming back to you right at the moment, because future holds now. Now, let's shift the future aside and let's deal with the old history problem. Now, history is repeating itself, that you should know what's really happened, despite the whole individual that are trying to confuse the whole human race about the certain things or certain powers, people that have power. With your color of your skin, you should know that. With your character, you should know that. With your personal self, you should know that. So now evil should be very, very glaring and obvious when you know these principles that I've said. A good person will always be good. That's why the word good there does exist. And a bad person, no. Now, an evil person is the obvious. There's no how a good man can have an evil personality. No, a good person is always a good person, and an evil person is always an evil person, which is a bad person. Now let's take things further. There are things happening all over the world. Everyone just has to accept it, regardless of how you come with it or how you don't need to fight back. Don't use force. If you use force, it will use force back at you. Now, us Nigerians, you're also facing the same thing. There's nothing you can do about it. It's coming. You have to sit up. If you don't sit up, if you don't start now, it's going to eat you all up. Okay? It's as simple as that. Now, there'll only be the two things. One is that there'll be a mental rehabilitation center that will be opened for disgusted people, for people who like to fight, people who like to fuck cows, people who do absolute strange things. they will be kept somewhere for you to go ahead and fulfill your own self whatever with yourself. Okay, you can stay that way. And those that want peace should come here. Those that want to give love, that want to keep giving, you want growth, you should come here. It's as simple as that. We don't even need to fight about it. It's common sense. We don't even need to talk or argue about it. Just get it done. The world is big. The country is big enough. You can divide yourself. Hey, you want here, you go there. We want stay here. Now we want peace. I am for peace, love, and truth. I am the light. Have you ever seen any head that walk with knowledge? You barely, the rich. There are a lot of billionaires out there, and so as a lot of poor people. I wonder how you do so rich that you don't even help. It's not we are not that people. We love to help. It's a love of light.
It's okay. Same drum and no comma. Same drum and no comma.
It's easy that people want to be someone else. And not recognizing how beautiful it would all be if they were just being themselves. Up to the point where we find ourselves making
Gone to church. It's now past tense. Everything is not enough. Use your last name. Love, hate, pain. Feeling type of way. My heart's willing. The world won't come out.